everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watched a movie.
Yeah, we did.
We sure did. We watched a new horror movie just released on Netflix called We Summon the Darkness.
Ooh.
So, it takes place in the 80s. It's 1988. 3 young women are having a road trip through America's heartland to go to a concert.
A metal concert.
That's right. IMDb describes them as metalheads. Describes them, I would say, generously as metalheads. I don't know, nobody checked their credentials, let's just say. But if a hot chick in a leather jacket shows up, you let them in.
Absolutely.
Well.
That's the rule. It's not my rule, it's just a rule.
Oh, it's just a rule. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got 3 ladies. Alexis, played by the familiar face of Alexandra Daddario from your favorite The Rock movie?
It's up there, San Andreas. It's a good one.
Okay. How heavily does Alexandra Daddario factor into that rating?
Of the San
goodness.
Andreas?
Yeah.
Very little.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Then there's Val, Maddie Hasson, and Beverly, played by Amy Forsyth. So these 3 lovely ladies, I think, are they all wearing leather jackets?
I believe they are.
Yeah, that is the costume.
It is their thing, yes.
Although I feel like Val had Madonna hair going on. There was a little bit of mixed messaging being sent at me.
Absolutely.
Anyways, they're going to a metal concert. Their bona fides are unchecked. But they're road tripping. They're having a good time, eating some snack cakes.
As you do.
As you do. And they're listening to the radio, and the announcer is telling us kind of an alarming fact that in this area there has been a serial killer on the loose committing satanic ritualistic murders, and the body count is up to 18.
It's pretty high.
It's getting uncomfortable, right?
Yeah,
like
it is. Like, who's next?
Yeah. But these ladies are largely unconcerned. In fact, the biggest threat they've encountered are just a van full of boys who throw a milkshake at their car. And as soon as they get to the show, they encounter these boys in the parking lot.
Yes, they do.
Because that's what happened. There's no coincidences.
Not in the movie.
No.
There's no time.
There is that old rule. If you introduce the milkshake in the first act, somebody's got to use it by the 3rd.
It's always the milkshake, that's right.
You know what it does. It brings all the boys. No, it's 88. They haven't gone there yet. We still don't know about the power of milkshakes. They're still working leather jackets. So yes, they all go to the concert. They have a good time. Then the boys are expecting to have an even better time when they follow them back. They have a bonfire with the girls. Everybody's having fun, doing shots, playing Never Have I Ever.
Classic.
Which, I mean, it is a classic drinking game. There's no escaping it, really. And, the stakes are, that's the name of the game, but nobody ever says normal things like never have I ever milked a cow. Unless that's a sex position I'm unfamiliar with, and for that I will apologize. But it's always like, risque stuff that a mixed group like these is gonna ooh about.
Yeah.
But remember that serial killer I mentioned? Yeah, that's going to work in real soon and really give them something to ooh about. So, you can imagine what the rest of the movie unfolds like. Bloody murder. Bloody, yeah. So the death count is going to rise exponentially. Was it a good horror movie?
I think for what it is, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I found it entertaining.
Okay.
It's not going to win any acting awards.
They never do.
They never do.
You may have noticed that about horror movies. Generally, they don't win any awards, nor are they even nominated for them. It's very rare.
And this is
not Jordan Peele.
It's not Jordan Peele. That's a good way of putting it.
It is Marc Meyers. I'll say that now because I'm so terrified I'm going to call him Mike.
Yeah.
It's Marc Meyers, the director, and he's no Jordan Peele. We get that out of the way.
He's not going for that.
No, he's
not.
not.
This is an homage to a slasher flick, and I think at that it does well.
Okay.
I thought it was entertaining.
Okay.
And a little bit creative, and I don't really want to say more than that.
No.
But I think it's nice when it's a little different
You
than
can
most
subvert the expectations a little bit. Okay. It's fair.
And you?
Fair enough. I didn't love it. I'll tell you what my number one complaint is. I wasn't scared even once.
Oh, it's not scary.
It's not. You can't really call yourself a horror movie if you don't bring the horror.
True.
And I think it's pretty well established that I'm a really big chicken about these things. I scare easily. And this, like, not once did I even bat an eye. I was unflinchable during this movie. And I am, like, counting that as a pretty big X against
Yeah,
this.
I think that is sort of a limit on the audience that's going to enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Because
Do you
it's
like
not scary.
horror movies?
Yeah.
But not the
scary.
horror.
Yeah, exactly.
There's buckets of blood.
Yes.
But it's not like maybe it should have been a parody. I'll say that just because I also felt like they weren't hitting the 80s theme as much as I wanted.
That's true.
That was very light, bordering on inauthentic. I thought, and I even looked up this director to be like, is he like 24 and wasn't even born that century? But no, he was an old bald guy, so he should have done better.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a fair comment. If you're going to set it in the 80s,
be 80s about it.
Yeah.
Yes, because nobody gets away with more camp than a horror movie. This should have been 80s up the wazoo.
It could have been a good
And
combo.
it didn't even get past anyone's ankles.
Yeah, that's true.
It would not have even got as high as a leg warmer. A good slouchy leg warmer.
There could have been leg warmers. Yeah.
There weren't.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, so it wasn't super scary and it wasn't super 80s, which are the two things you told us about this movie going in. So I feel like there were some promises unfulfilled. So I almost wish it had been a parody because it would have amped up both of those things. And like, you would have gone in not thinking about being scared. And so you could have because I did think the director seems like he's a fan of horror movies.
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
certainly was a send up going on there, like you said, to slasher, like even vintagey, again, not 50s, maybe 80s.
70s, 80s. Yeah.
Those kind of slasher.
Like a Friday the 13th or Halloween. Yeah.
Slasher.
Slasher movie.
You wish. Yeah. So I didn't love it. But it was kind of interesting. There were some good choices just to keep things a little bit fresh. Although I did think that happened fairly early on in the movie.
Yeah, it does. Which I think I kind of respect.
Okay.
Where you're not trying to craft this is the big reveal at the end.
No.
And so it doesn't feel overly forced.
No.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I want to be scared of the villain. I want to fear the villain. I want to anticipate him around every corner and then he not show up around every corner, but some of them, yes, with a chainsaw, but a lot of them, no, but my heart's racing anyways. And I'm like, I did not...
There isn't that.
My resting heart rate stayed at rest the entire time.
Yep, there isn't that. And absolutely not. And the bad guy is not a mystery.
No. But also just not mysterious in his actions.
Right.
Like you usually expect this sort of stalkery aspect. Somebody's running and we don't know where he is and we don't know what to expect and so everything feels creepy. But this was just like...
No, it doesn't have that. It can't have that.
No.
It wouldn't work within this structure.
You're right. But to me, it's just not really a horror anymore, is it?
Yes.
So maybe I have more of a problem with its classification, which, I mean, I didn't give it, they did. So You know, because that does set your expectations.
It does set your expectations.
Yeah.
I think that may be a misstep, but I don't. It doesn't really fit into another genre because it's not a parody.
No, because it's not funny.
No. It doesn't work as a parody. It wouldn't work as a parody. It's not intended to be a parody.
What did you think about the cast?
I thought the cast was pretty good.
Okay.
I feel like it's kind of forgettable, right? Where some of them are gone early and you don't even know who they were. But I think the people on screen, they're deserving of your attention for as long as they're there, even if it's 30 seconds.
Okay. How about Johnny Knoxville?
Johnny Knoxville.
In a small role.
Yeah.
A weird role.
It's weird that he's in this movie, yes.
It is. So we said, like, just sort of almost in passing at the beginning of the movie, we do hear about this serial killer and that he's on the loose, blah, blah, blah. And because there seems to be a satanic aspect to this, a televangelist style pastor is chiming in with his warnings and I told you so's about, you know, rock
Satanism.
and roll.
Yeah.
Which leads to Satanism, as we all know, has been well established by
very well
science.
established,
Yes.
yeah.
And so this pastor is played by Johnny Knoxville. And I hope he took a minute to really sit with that and realize, like, yeah, that's where you are in your career now. We, like, stop with the other stuff. Like, you can pack that away. You're just the old man in a horror movie who's thumping his Bible.
Yeah. So there you go.
I was kind of tickled by that.
Yeah, it's a bit funny. It's a weird role for him.
It is. So, okay, A, B, C, D, what are you giving this movie?
I'd give it a B.
Oh, okay.
I'll call it a classic B movie.
Okay, that's fair. I don't mind that at all. It did feel like it called on some B-list actors.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Obviously, a lot of slasher movies tend to be, the throwbacks tended to be low budget and, you know, call from maybe not the very best of the best. But if you've got a good set of lungs on you.
Exactly.
That's all you need. Right, Sean?
That's right.
Okay, let us know if you watched it. I know you weren't afraid. Don't even tell me you were. But do tell us if you liked it anyways. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.